Okay, Jason Moore, Jam on the Fly. Going to show you this little epoxy head craft fur fly. Excellent little streamer. In fact, I'll zoom in on that right now. This is my, basically my JM surf candy or JM small. I use it for trout. I use it for all kinds of stuff. Let me zoom in here, see if we get a better look at this guy. And you can see what we got there. There we go. Get it a little bit clearer. Let me get a little light on the situation. You can add some flash to it. You can pretty much do whatever you want with this fly. Beautiful little guy. And again, I use this in my trout boxes. I tie it on the stainless steel hook because I also use it in saltwater surf candy. I can just take this thing from fresh water to salt water and you know, go from snook to all kinds of anchovy imitations, basically surf candy, little minnow imitations, little bait fish when you're talking about in the trout streams. Gonna put a little SS15 size 6 hook. Okay, again, going with stainless steel because of the ocean. And also, we're gonna put a bead on. This is a 5mm bead or 3/16. Big end of the bead facing the eye, and that comes into play when we fold back our craft fur. Again, I'm just going to start with the thread, work that back a little bit, work it to the front right near the eye. We'll snip off the excess, grab our craft fur, and we could go with, we'll go with a tan, or this is actually an olive green. We could go with 3 colors, you could go with 2 colors, you could kind of do whatever you want. I'm going to take my craft fur like this, I'm going to tease it out. I'm going to snip the very tips off just to get a length, just like that. I'm going to grab the top area, I'm going to pull that out, just like that. I'm going to line up the tips. Maybe you can see this on my shirt. But I'm going to line up the tips to the next piece. I'm going to grab that extra, and I'm going to do it again. Okay? And I keep the excess, as you can see here, the different excess and we'll make a brush out of that later on. Again, going to line that up, get the length that we want. We want about a 2-inch minnow, and it will be folded over. So cut that baby off. You have a little measure or whatever you have. We'll cut that guy off right there at about maybe 2 1/4 inches because we're folding it back over. I'm going to put that right on the edge, pinch it with my left hand, pinch the thread, drop it straight down right behind the eye of the hook. Okay? That's your first piece. Second piece, we can use the same material. Take another snip. Again, the way we handle the craft fur. Take the tips, cut so we have a length. Again, take these fibers, pull them out, line up the tips. Pull them fibers out. I'm trying to show this to you, so basically we have them tips kind of lined up. Measure for length. Cut it off. Turn our vise to the side. Line her up. And that belly hair there that I did the first tie on could have been white. Whatever colors you want. Okay, next. I'm going to turn the vise this way. Repeat the process. Same thing. Everything's exactly the same. Again, clump of craft fur. Pull it out, tease it out. Establish a length. Again, we're pulling the tips out. We're lining up the tips here again. Take a pinch air, pull another chunk out. Measure the length, right about there. snip that off. Flip it so you just have the butts. Just pinch them butts as tight as you can. And right next to the eye. Just like that. Tie back. Now you got 3 pieces. You got 2, 1 in the bottom. Now we need the top. Go with the green. Again, same process. Take a nice little chunk. Tease out them hairs, them fibers. Establish a length. Take that length, pull it out, grab the next little tips, pull them out. So you end up with a nice piece of fur. Length, cut that off, flip it around so we have the butt. Pinch your butt very tightly. Come right over and let's lay that baby right on top, just like that. Next step I like to do, we're just going to take this guy, and as we spin it, we're going to cut some of these stubs off. Just like that, just a little bit. Next step, take your bead, push that up against. Let's get our thread in the back of it. Start building up a thread dam to hold that bead there. That bead forms our head. If we want to add flash, now's the time. A little bit of olive crystal flash. You can use marabou, you can use flashabou, you can use whatever you want. Sometimes I'll even throw some SF fibers in, some of that shiny SF stuff. Again, that in, flip everything back, work that in, give yourself a nice flash tail. There's your flash. And again, your flash could be anything. I'm going to do the old hand whip finish over the top. Doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to Bondic this thing. Again, knot it off. We want this to be stupid durable. Take our Bondics. And that looks like an empty tube. Let's grab this one. Take our Bondics. Drip it down the edge right behind the bead. Kind of fill in like that. And you can see what that looks like. Just hit it with the light. Just cure that right there in place. Now we're just going to grab our little, that's a metal pen case. It'll work just fine. I'm going to pick up the green. I'm going to come in, find the nose, and I'm going to come straight back. And I'm going to tease back these fibers just like this. So they're all back. Make sure we got everything clear of the eye. And you can use the edge of the tool to work that back. Make sure you can see the eye, just like that. And again, just hold that in position. One nice swoop like that. Gonna again take our Bondics. And of course I grabbed the wrong tube again. There we go. Now the trick to these heads and keeping them somewhat flat is this little brush. I'm just going to take this little brush and I'm just going to dab the Bondics. And you can turn it around and make sure you got everything flat. I don't want anything sticking out too much. I'm just trying to work it into the fibers. Just like that. Okay, right around that bead that you have in there. Just like that. We'll cure it. That cures pretty quickly because it's spread nice and thin. And you see you got your shape. You got your shape right there. Everything good to go. Form the head of this. You could fish this guy just like this. Again, cut our flasher back a little bit. Again, nice little 2-inch minnow with a little bit of flash. You want to add eyes. Got these little guys here. And they're kind of the flat eyes. I kind of like the flat eyes. They don't stand out as much as the 3Ds. So we'll lay an eye on this side. Like that. I'm going to try and get that baby centered on there. And we'll get one on the other side. Don't be too worried about positioning. We have a little bit of time to work with this with the Bondic, so we're going to put over the top of that. Lay another eye on this side. And again, now you can pretty much grab them and try and get them babies placed in where you want them. Okay, I'm going to get that thing up just a little bit like that. There we go. Okay, and again, come in with the Bondics. We're going to put a bead right around them eyes. That's the first thing I want to do is cover them eyes and get them stuck fast. Get them guys stuck fast. Get our brush and let's just work this Bondics in. And you can see, you can kind of set them eyes with tapping by tapping the Bondics. Set them eyes exactly where you want them. Just like that. And it gives you a nice little epoxy head. Again, keep spinning that bugger and hit it with the light. And you can see the smoke coming off of that thing. You can see the smoke coming off. That means it's curing. Don't know why that damn thing focuses on my shirt like that. Well, it really should be focusing on the fly. There we go. Now you can see it a little better. Cure that baby. And that's it. Jam epoxy craft fur fly. Nothing moves in the water like craft fur. You add a little bit of flash of that. And you got the epoxy head. And that is the JM Craft Fur Fly Surf Candy. JM on the fly, and I am out of here.